All right, guys. So as you all know, Krystal went on Tomato Lorenzo's show last week and, did a great debate where, look, I don't know why Tammy Lasagna came in so passive aggressive, right? She had this attitude the whole time where she was being smug and condescending and, really not interested at all in what Krystal had to say. Meanwhile, it's you invited her on the show. If you don't want to hear what the fuck she has to say, then don't invite her, right? So you invite her, you're sitting there with this fucking scowl on your face and, you're being passive aggressive. And guess what? In the court of public opinion, it did not work out too well for Tomato because people were, first of all, they were put off by her attitude and all that shit. But there were so many moments where Krystal just owned her. So we covered a part of it on the show the other day. We covered the part about, all the illegal ICE actions and the illegal deploying of the National Guard and the military into these cities, and she busted her up in that section. But there's one moment, guys, that went so fucking viral that I'm not sure I've ever seen anything this viral from any of us in this space, in this online politics space. I mean, this thing took off on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts. Krystal was getting text messages from people she hasn't talked to in a decade saying, "Oh my God, I saw you on fucking TikTok," or whatever. On Twitter too, everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. There's this one moment. Guys, I kid you not when I say Tammy got owned so hard that it ended up on CNN, bro. Do you know what it takes for CNN to acknowledge the existence of any of us in this media space? This new media, independent media space online? Do you have any idea what it takes to get them to say any of our names? It's fucking unheard of, right? So here's Jake Tapper and a guest covering Krystal owning Tomato because this got so huge, so fast that virtually more than half the country probably saw it. Watch this.
I want you to listen to what Fox contributor Tony Laren said on a...
I love how he got her name wrong. Look, I do it as a bit. A lot of us do it as a bit. He's not doing it as a bit, which makes it even funnier. He thinks her name is Tony Lauren. Oh, my God.
I want you to listen to what Fox contributor Tony Laren said on a recent podcast with... I'm laughing already, sorry. With Krystal Ball.
Do you think Bad Bunny is a good choice for the Super Bowl?
It seems fine, and I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist, so sure.
He's not an American artist, but...
He's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
Yeah, you don't think you have any problem with him saying the ICE is, well, I'm sure you don't, mother effers and sons of and that he's not going to perform here.
The deer was the little cherry on top of the humiliation. By the way, Krystal's answer to that last part was well, the American people agree that ICE is overreaching and ICE are all of those things that Bad Bunny has said. So yeah, of course, I have no problem with that whatsoever. All right, ready? But now we got CNN is fucking cackling over Krystal destroying Tomato.
I got to give Tony credit, for immediately going to the next thing, having completely botched the fact that Puerto Rico is part of the United States. What was your reaction to that?
My first reaction was she needs to crack a book. And I think it is important that we're talking about this, Jake, because a lot of people don't understand that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
I think it's really important that we talk about this, Jake. No, bitch, you're covering it the same reason I'm covering this shit. You're covering this to be ha ha, look at this dumb bitch. That's why, don't try to dress it up. Don't try to be there's actually a very serious reason. No, we're all mocking her because she's a fucking dumbass. That's the whole point. But own it. See, that's the difference between us and them, right? They take themselves so fucking seriously, right? Meanwhile, we're over here giggling, cackling, making fart noises with our mouth and shit. It is what it is, but that's so glorious. When you get owned so hard that CNN has to acknowledge our existence and talk about it, oh my God, that's glorious. It's just too perfect. It's just too perfect. And by the way, I could tell you from behind the scenes, when she got the invitation, me and Krystal she was like, should I do this? Should I do Tommy's show? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Why not? It was one of those should we do it? I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, why not? Go for it. What's the worst that happens? So you end up debating her. She can't handle you anyway. It is what it is. And so she agreed to it. I think, man, her producer might be in trouble too, though. I think her producer might be in trouble because it was the producer made it seem to Krystal hey, we love what you're doing. Come on the show. It'll be great. And I don't know, the producer made it seem like either Tomato Lorenzo was low-key a fan, right? Or if not that, it was just like the producer themselves was the fan, right? And was like, oh, I got to bring in Krystal because like the producer might be more of a fan of Breaking Points than a fan of Tammy, right? And so she might be in trouble now because could you imagine being Tommy where like now everywhere you fucking look, it's just like that clip is so fucking viral. I mean, again, I'm talking about Krystal got like a dozen messages from people she hadn't spoken to in a long time or whatever, people in different fields. Like, oh my God, I saw you on this thing. People who aren't even political, bro. It broke out of the political world. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It broke out of the politics world. Usually we are squarely in the politics world, bro. But because it was about Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl, it was even bigger than that. So now you got people making like fan videos of Krystal on TikTok. Somebody sent me one of them and I reposted them on my Twitter, but it's amazing. It's amazing. You never really know what is going to break through, but this broke through so hard that even Jake Tapper had to be like, damn, man. Damn, you might have to retire after that, Tammy. You might have to retire. That might be time to hang it up, dog. I mean, talk about washed. At least back, and Krystal made this point to me too, like at least back when she was on Fox News, back in the day in Trump's first term, she was like the it girl where she would say some shit and there would be articles about it and it would be on like Mediaite and people would be interested in what she had to say. And she, of course, would defend Trump come hell or high water for the most part. But people cared. Now it's like, I don't know, it just seems, I guess it's because she's on that Outkick area. She's not that Outkick website or whatever it's called, as opposed to being all the time on Fox News. I guess she's on still occasionally from time to time. But I don't know, it seems like her star has really faded quite a bit. And now all she's going to be known for is laying in a chalk outline of herself on the ground because my wife absolutely obliterated her and ended her career. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Shouldn't have fucked around. You wouldn't have found out. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.